Hello, everyone, and Sriram here, and we have a success story. Some of you looking at, man, you guys keep on posting success story. What's happening there? And if you ask me, yes, people are putting a lot of effort. When the PMP changed, or before going to change, December it was bang heavy. People are clearing in bunch and bunch and bunch, and after Jan, Feb, there was little slowdown. Now we have understood the methodology of how to approach towards examination. Also, people started getting the confidence watching these kind of success stories. So first we have to congratulate Ankush who cleared PMP. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Shriram.
Okay, great. So when we say that, we have to see your pictures also here. Oh, here it is. So you love to keep spikes, I believe, huh? Agile spikes.
New to Agile, but the spikes are very old.
Nice picture. So we'll go to your certificate. Okay, here it is. So on 14th of July, and Ankush cleared the examination. He's a customer engineering leader. Okay, the word leader is pretty important. We have to observe that, huh? Because this is where all comes out. Okay, pretty good. And we were talking about how is the LinkedIn, and he was saying that LinkedIn is pretty busy. People are getting added, and wishes are flowing through. So how frequently are you watching your LinkedIn nowadays?
If I compare to last 3 months, I didn't even see the LinkedIn. I was out of this social media platforms and everything. Facebook, even till now, I have not touched. But LinkedIn nowadays, yes, very frequently I'm seeing, because what happened 2 days back, I even switched off the notifications. I was getting so many notifications. So just to avoid this distraction, I switched off the notifications as well. So it's really flooding. Yeah.
So celebrity, feel it?
Yes or no? Yeah, in one way, yes, also. Yeah.
Nice to know. Nice to know. It's a hard effort from you. You deserve that happiness. So feel happy that you did it and you are enjoying it. And because this one course is, people know all over the world, it's not easy. You need dedication, effort, preparation. Even though we have a lot of books available in the market, even though a lot of success stories are there, your success is individual track, right? You can listen to the success story, but end of the day, you have to sit and work. So there it goes.
That.
Good. Little background about you. Which part of the country you are? What do you do?
I'm working in automotive domain in a French MNC. We are supplying parts to all the OEMs, especially the interiors. I'm in interior division. So if you see the dashboards, the door panels, the center console, so we are designing and developing all those parts.
Okay.
And I was based in Pune. Now I'll be moving to Chennai. And
oh, okay. Okay, the shift is happening. I mean, company job change, or it is a role change?
No, role change. Yeah. Previously, I was looking for like a single project. Now I'll be moving as an engineering leader, taking care of multiple projects.
So new city, it should be a new place, settle down. A lot of stuffs are there.
No. For the moment, I am in Delhi at my home, but I'll be moving next week to Chennai. Yeah.
Okay. Moving itself a project. You know that?
Yeah. True that. Yeah. Everything is a project. For me, PMP was also a project.
Also a project. Okay.
There is a big Excel file in my laptop. So everything, the planning, the costing, everything is there. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Detailed, a big plan, then a small plan, then weekly plan, then daily plan. Everything is there. All my scores from Rita and all my scores from mock exams, analysis, everything is there in that Excel file. It was a great project. Yeah.
Nice. So what is special in Delhi, the place where you are?
Delhi is everything. Means you can say, okay, this is also special. So everything is special in Delhi.
Metro city, man, capital. Okay, good. From capital, from top, you're going to the different part of the country. So definitely the food, the way of life, slight changes will be there.
Initially, I was based in Pune. I mean, so I was working in Pune. I worked there for around 7-8 years. Then I moved to Korea for 2 years. So after coming back from Korea, now I have it was lockdown. So now I have to move to Chennai. So Pune also, I have never been to Pune from last 3 years. So directly I'll be moving to Chennai.
So you have the nature of moving to different places. So you are used to that. Nice, nice to know. Nice to know. So your role shows as a leader. So already you are in the leader track. Now, what triggers you to think, hey, I should do something called PMP?
Uh, as I said, I have never worked as a project manager specifically. So as a role project manager, but I have worked very closely with project managers, and I have worked with many project managers in last 5-6 years, and one of them was a PMP certified. Even I have mentioned that name also in the LinkedIn post. So I have seen the difference working with a PMP certified project manager and a non-certified project manager. Not in terms of I would say the end result of project, but day-to-day life also, day-to-day way of work also. I have seen that difference. And this year February, when I finished my last project, means that lockdown learning, it was trending very much. So I also thought of doing something. Then I had a discussion with that particular PMP certified guy that I want to do that because I have already learned a lot from you. So I just want to check with you if it's beneficial or no. And he said, go for it and you can do it. So that from that moment it started, and I started exploring PMP on YouTube and all those things. And I came across to one of this platform.
Okay.
Success stories.
Okay, success stories.
After
pulled you.
Yeah, success story pulled me. Yeah. So after watching 2 or 3 success stories, I called ShriLearning and I had a discussion with Rahul, and he said the batch is about to start, that March batch. But I didn't opt for that March batch because I didn't want to join as a completely blank. I wanted to have a basic overview of the subject and
groundwork.
So that pre or you can say feasibility work or pre-project work I wanted to do. And I opted for April. And one more reason for opting April was this IPL. So it was a great reason that if I can spare 4 hours for watching a match, I can spare 4 hours for study also. It's compensating that as well. So that's why I opted for the April batch. And
okay, nice. Strategic move.
Yeah, it's a kind of an opportunity cost, which you can say instead of watching an IPL match, I can spend 4 hours in my studies.
Okay, how many years gap after academic you are sitting for the class? Are you able to listen?
I did my PGDBM like this only around 2015, so 6 years back.
So you have a touch with online classes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because sitting on weekend is a tough job.
Very, very tough. But that time I was bachelor, so I did. Now with the married with the daughter, 1.5 year old. I can't say how difficult it is.
Yeah, now you are a servant leader, so no other go.
I'm studying. My daughter comes and say, "Papa, lakdi ki kati." So I can't do anything. I have to close my book. So that part is there. So it made it very, very difficult. Yeah. But it was I loved it because the subject was like that. So I loved it and went with it.
Good to know. I hope you attended all the classes.
All classes, all weekly mocks, everything. I didn't miss anything. No.
I don't miss anything. Okay, good. No. Okay, now let's go to the part of your secret. You have always scoring above 75, 80. I don't see any time score went down. Very systematic, clear, and scores are always top. How come this happened? Even though you said you didn't work very deep inside management, you are part of management, right? So how come this went well? What is the secret behind it?
2 things I would say. For the predictive parts, the system in my organization is so well defined. The framework, I would say, it's so well defined. When I was going through Rita, it was like, okay, this I know. And what I did was for Rita, I didn't go through the PDF. I printed all the PDFs on the one side of paper, not on the both sides. So whatever I'm reading, I used to write on the left side. Left side was blank on the paper. So I used to write how in my organization we are using it, or if it is tailored, how it is tailored. So just to have a mapping of that.
Nice.
So that was one step to understand predictive, because the system, whatever we are using in my organization, we are using from past. For me, I'm using it from past 10 years. Book reading is something I just have to correlate and it will help me to remember forever.
Nice, nice.
So I mapped everything writing on the left side of while making my own notes, and whatever I had to unlearn, I used to write with a red color. That okay, this is something wrong we are doing in my organization, so we have to update it.
Oh, okay.
So that was
So
for the
learn,
predictive.
unlearn for every topic you had.
Yeah, yeah. In relation with the whatever is given
What do
in
you
the
do in
data.
office? On a
Yeah,
writer.
and what I do in office. Yeah.
Okay.
So I studied Rita only one time, not more. Later, I only used to see my notes wherever the red points were there, but I need to unlearn. That is that I went through a second time. Other than that, everything only one time with Rita. Coming to Agile part, I have never worked with Agile background. We are in automotive. It's a completely predictive,
Right.
completely 100% predictive. So Agile, I would say the way you explained Agile, that Zoom audio 1.0, Zoom audio 2.0, that thing, it's there in my mind, means even I'm sleeping, I can tell anyone like, okay, this is the way it works. And that especially the examples like that Zoom security patch, it comes in between as a new requirement and all those things. So all these examples connected like very specifically with all the things. So when after attending the classes, when I was reading the Agile practice guide, means I was easily able to correlate each and everything what you told in the classes. So that's it. So one time Rita and one time Agile practice guide, that was enough. But with the examples, with my last 10 years of working and with your
Right.
examples, everything was clear.
Perfect. Perfect. Great. So we was watching here. So that's a secret. And Kush was revealing. I'm sure how many of you are aware of him. His scores are always above 75. Okay. He easily will take all the practice tests. Okay. You will be surprised why he's still waiting to write the main exam. So kind of scores he was scoring. So one thing,
Centers were closed.
yeah,
So
please
that's
go
why
ahead. Please go ahead.
centers were closed. That's why I didn't have any options to wait for it.
Right. So because of center close, he waited. If not, he could have done a little early itself. That much of score he made. So today he revealed the secret that have a habit of writing the points, what he sees with the book, with the corporate where he works, and what are things to be unlearned. I like that point because sometimes we may work something thinking that's good, but project management industry will say that no, may not be. So we're a little cautious because those are the points in exam will choose the wrong answers, right? So because in by practice when you will choose your own practice, right? That's a point.
True.
Good. I think that's a
That
great. Mhm.
subconscious mind will go in that direction only.
Right. True. 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 Superb. Superb, Ankush. I think you revealed some interesting stuff. Okay. Good. And how many hours you were able to read having a kid at home and office? I believe you had to go to office.
No, no, no. Now I'm working from home and then I'm at my hometown, so no office.
Thank
From
God.
next week I'll go. Yeah.
I can see the tears in your eyes. Okay. Okay. Fine. Now, how do you manage to read? Early bird or late night? How do you read?
Uh, Not at all an early bird with a 1.5 years old daughter because she sleeps at 2 a.m. So no choice
Oh.
for me to wake up early. But I used to follow the same timing what we used to follow for the classes, 6 to 10. So
Mm-hmm.
all over the week, 6 to 10, 4 hours per day, and on weekend, 8 hours. And 6 to 10 plus 4 hours in the daytime. So
Wow. Wow.
I followed this for 3 months. Yeah,
I think that's a good hit. Okay, good. And I think you planned it well that every day 6 to 4 I will sit in any course.
6 to 10. Yeah.
6 to 10. Sorry, 6 to 10. You sit 4 hours. You sit. Okay, that's a pretty decent time. Good, good, good. That's about the reading stuff and practice questions. I think you went through a lot of practice exams and all are going well for you. Still, even though you score 70, 75, what was running in your mind? You want to analyze more. You want to see the mistakes and gap.
Initially, I used to identify the knowledge gaps only. Once I was done with that knowledge gaps identification, then as you told, focus on the silly mistakes, what we are doing, like 25 points and all those things. So those things I started writing with every mock. I used to write. I was not able to reach 25 in any of mocks, but I was like 17, 18, 20 points from each mock I used to write as a silly mistakes, what I am doing and improving it in the next mocks.
Mm, mm, mm.
And I prepared a kind of a flow chart for me later, like the art of solving the question.
Uh-huh.
The step by step, how you have to
Okay.
approach to PMP question. Like and it started with the general saying, a problem well described is half solved. So same way, if we understood a question well understood is 75% solved, because we have 4 choices now to choose from.
Right. You got it.
And what
Uh-huh.
and as you told, eyes are there, nose is there. Now we have to just bring the right lips and put it there. So that was the funda. And to reach to that, there was a clear flowchart I made for myself only in my notes, like how to read the questions. First step this, second step this, third step this, fourth step this, and I used to follow that step. That's why initially I was lagging with the time, because each and every question I was following that flow.
Okay.
All my steps what I wrote down. So all those steps I used to follow, but later with practice I used to manage the time as well.
Yeah, first thing is you have to understand the concept. That's very important. Timing is not important. As you go forward, you start getting the time hold.
Yeah.
That's a good strategy. That's a good strategy. Very good. Super. So now, where was the center? Is it close by home or a little far?
It's 20 minutes drive from my home.
Okay, great. So you planned well where the center is, how to reach all. Okay.
Everything.
The previous night you slept well.
8 hours.
I specifically asked this question because I have many people who say I asked to sleep after the exam get over. I asked them what happened. I spent 2 hours, 3 hours. I couldn't sleep. Specifically, you said earlier when I remember, you said 8 hours. So what is the secret? How you slept so happily?
So first thing first, I was very high on dose, the dopamine dose. We had a word 2 days back, like my prep plus 4 score. So you said it's something which no one has achieved in past months. So I was very high on my dose, that okay, that all the exam anxiety was disappeared with that. And second thing, I slept or I woke up 2 hours earlier previous day, so that I can sleep at a good time for that night particularly. And I didn't study anything on the last day. Anything means any subject, only the exam content outline and my flowchart of that art of solving that question.
Your notes, you just go through that.
Not even notes. Only that flowchart, art of solving that question. Exam content outline. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay.
And I spent a good amount of time with my daughter, with my family. Went for a walk a day before. Didn't focus anything on my studies. And other thing, I watched that Usain Bolt's video once again. That running the last few meters with arms wide open and tapping the chest. So that was a big source of motivation, I would say.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
That's one thing. And
going on, right? You saw that.
I'm in my last lap and I can do it. Yeah. So that sort of motivation was there. Right. And apart from that, I watched one success story also. People getting chocolates in centers in Germany.
Marvin.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's it. So, but I didn't kept any target of reading anything a day before. So that was, I guess, really helpful. Nice. To keep all those things away. And
right. I recommend people don't read on the last day because too much of anxiety also puts you asleep bad. Just leave relaxed, take a walk and take a warm water bath and then sleep well. Shriram, is it to next day I'm going for a war or exam? That's okay. For some people it will be fun. They'll tell for exam this much build up not needed. But only when you pay that fee, you sit and read for these many months, then you know the pain.
Exactly.
I do have people commenting that PMP for this exam, you guys, I tell, okay, I accept, but you have to sit and write once and then you can comment. So I like the idea what is did really superb, great. So now going to the exam center, was it smooth enough for you? I mean, the process of getting in.
Getting in was easy, but during the exam, it was very difficult. Even in the center, the internet went off. Means it's like I was reading the terms and condition, and it was showing that you have lost connection. And then that proctor, I called that guy. He came and he was trying something with the internet, but it didn't work. Then he restarted the system and it came. And I asked him, like, what if the same thing happened in between my exam? He said, you don't need to worry. Whichever question you are, or like if you are at 20th question, 150th question, any question, wherever you are, it will start from there itself with the same timing. So you don't need to worry, even if it stops. And it happened also after 4th question, again, it happened same.
Oh, good. You made a test case already. Okay.
Yeah. So then they changed my system. Then they gave me another seat and another system, and there it worked well. Yeah. So there was some issue with that particular seat or particular system. Yeah.
Maybe Vastu is not good there.
Maybe.
Okay, good. So you moved from that seat to other seat, it started working. But other seat, like you, the same 4th question it starts. I mean, your login is
from same question, from same timing, it starts.
Oh, that's good. That's good. But this kind of kickstart will give little nervousness in the beginning.
Oh, but that's why I asked this point in very beginning itself. What if it will happen same? What if the same thing happen in between exam? So that guy said, no need to worry. It will start from there itself.
So point is, even in center, it is failing. We have to be cautious. You shouldn't be taken granted. Everything will be good. Great. So how do you do the time management with the 60, 60, 60?
Time, like we discussed on the same day in the morning, I told you that I want to change that 90, 70, 70 to 80, 70, 80. Because what I analyzed from my prepcast exams was like the last 30 questions. If I'm getting 30 or 35 minutes, there are many wrong questions in those last 30s only. So I wanted to give a good amount of time for the last 30 questions. That's why I prepared myself for 80, 70, 80, but in exam, it didn't work. I spent 85 for the first 60, again 85 for second 60, and I left with the 60 only for the last 60.
Okay. I think that's a good strategy, I believe. But was it useful in the sense of having extra time in the end? You are able to go a little more calm.
Yeah. So as I analyzed from my prepcast mocks, most of the wrong questions were from last 30. Even though the difficulty level was same, but the last 30, I was having the most wrong answers. So that's why I changed it.
Are we pretty eager to close the exam? Tuck. That's why.
No. Because if we are at start of the exam, we see a total count of 230 minutes, or running down, it's like 180, 150. But when it comes to 30 question, 30 minutes, the panic mode starts. So I wanted to avoid that in main exam, but again, the second set was really lengthy, and there was lots of match the following questions in second set, which consumed 85 minutes again. And I was left with 60 minutes for last 60 questions. But luckily, the third set was most easiest.
Okay.
And no match the following. Only one was there, and that too from this MBTI. And match the following. And I was so happy that, okay, both things happen at the same question. Even if it goes wrong, let it be. So one is that alien subject, that MBTI, and the match the following. So I randomly chose the answer in 10 or 15 seconds, and I moved. So I didn't spend much time on that particular question, because I knew even if I spend more time, I'm not going to gain anything from this question.
Got you. Okay, that's pretty good. So good experience for you.
Then how many minutes at last 180th question, 5 minutes were there. And that question was, I have no idea what that question was. I spent 3 minutes understanding that question, but I was unable to, and I select randomly. Those two questions only I selected without any clue. But all other questions were very, it's like easier than prepcast, easier than study hall. So it went very smooth.
Right. I'm hearing many of them telling that it's easier than a prepcast. Prepcast is sometimes beating the bush and too much hard there. Whereas when you go to main exam, it's not that level. Okay, maybe the things have changed. Earlier days, I remember PMI exam will be one step above prepcast. People prepare here, and we make people to score up to 68 to 75%. Then only they're able to clear that. Now, what is happening is slowly the average is coming down. We can see that in prepcast, even somebody cross 60, 63, 65, they're able to clear the main exam. So some slight difference is there. But anyway, it's good. Good there, good there. Good. So what was your feel when you get the last result? Congratulations. Are you anticipated this? You're going to get the... Okay.
At 150th question, I was like, okay, congratulations, it's coming in 30 minutes. So I was very sure with seeing the questions and all. It was, I was very confident that it will come for sure.
Nice, nice, nice. Because some have a feel till last button. Will I? So they'll be doubtful and clicking their button. But we know that your certificate already printed, so you are fine with that. Go and get and come back. So that's a mode you are.
all because of you, I would say. The way you explained this adaptive part, agile and all, increment and iterative, the way you explained, hats off to you.
Thanks for listening it well. I appreciate it.
To be very honest, 3 months back, 4 months back, I would say, before starting the classes, I know agile only as a definition, as a agility definition from dictionary. That was my knowledge for agile. And Scrum Master or Scrum Master for me was just a position in IT industry because some of my LinkedIn connections having that position title. That's it. Apart from that, I didn't know the S of Scrum. I was completely blank. But the way you explained, it was like now I'm pretty confident with the adaptive compared to the predictive part.
Happy to know that. There are many people now feeling that Agile is easy, Shriram. Well, I think I have to adopt it in my office.
If not completely, few things are there which we can easily use. Like so, no one is stopping us. Like why we are doing that, and those can be really helpful.
Right. In fact, some of the agile portion, we are already doing it without our knowledge. We may be part of it. That to anyone coming from manufacturing or construction, they may be following the lean management. Lean management is part and parcel of manufacturing, automobile. It's their blood. Okay. Agile is derived from lean. So now IT company people cannot tell that we only own agile. No. Your grandfather started in manufacturing. So these people know before you. So there is no competition. There is no fight here. Best thing can be adopted. That's the message. And I want to appreciate PMI Institute bringing agile into PMP. It's a big leap change, right? Because many opposed it. They said, why are you bringing agile here? We are from a different industry. Now all the industry people telling that, oh, that's it, agile, man. We're doing it, man. So we have to appreciate the guys who made it. I think it's making a revolution in the market. Even though small institutes doing a lot of agile courses, once a PMP came in, the bang, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger getting inside. So that's a good deal. That's a good deal. Superb. So now, what credit? I mean, credit you want to give to your family, supported you for your preparation?
Anything she wants, I can give to her. She has supported me like anything. Means taking care of my daughter for like especially on weekend for 8 hours.
Oh.
And she's also working. It's not like she's a homemaker. She's also working. So it was completely extraordinary, unconditional support from her side. And
okay, good. Hope you gave some party or going to give the party. Believe so.
Happens 2-3 times, but it will go till long.
Nice to know. Nice to know. Because I always tell this: PMP is not one person getting certified. It's a family support, moral support. Right. So those are important.
One thing, she was more confident than me that I'll clear it. The moment I left from home for my exam, she ordered the cake.
Oh.
And she was continuously seeing all your feedbacks and all from my mock exams. Okay, what did he say? And how is your preparation? How are your scores and all those things? She was continuously checking all those things. And so she was pretty confident that, okay, I can clear. The moment I left from home, she ordered the cake. When I came back, cake was there.
Wow, look at the confidence. Yeah. I think you are in the control of monitoring of a portfolio manager at home who knows the project manager really well.
Specifically based on your feedbacks, like or the scores from mock exams and all those things. The confidence came. Yeah.
Yes. Your scores are pretty good from the beginning. Great. So now, if you want to give some tips for the people preparing or running behind you and to see that, Ankush, how can I increase the score? Even today, I had 3-4 phone calls from people. Shriram, my score is under 54, 55, not going high. Tell me what to do. So if this question comes
So
to you, what is it?
As I said, that art of reading that question is most important. You have to understand, you have to make a flow from your side, okay, how you are approaching to a question. And then whatever you learn from one mistake or from one feedback from your side or one feedback from anyone's side, you keep on updating your flow, or that flow chart. You keep on putting a new process in between. Like if I say the example, or if I read my flow here, just 1 second, I'll open and okay. So my flow was like reading the stem first, getting the essence of the question, what the question is asking.
You want to share the screen?
Sharing the screen, okay, I can share also, not an issue.
Yeah, let people get benefit. But if you have copyright problem, I don't want to.
No, it's a handwritten notes only. No, not an issue.
Okay, I given you can try sharing the screen so you can talk about your flow chart. Let it help few more people who are preparing for it.
Sure.
Take your time, not urgent. Because I think many will feel that why don't I follow this flow chart? Okay, there it goes.
Let me know if you can see.
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so read the stem first. You will get an essence like what question is asking or demanding. Okay, and then understand the requirement from that stem itself, and then go to the main part of the question. And while reading the question, you have to identify the problem statement, as you used to say this every time in all our weekly mocks analysis, that identify the problem statement. And second thing, who is asked to respond. That is very important. Without knowing that, for sure, there are high chances of doing these mistakes.
Is it a team to respond or a project manager to respond?
Exactly. Scrum Master has to respond, product owner has to respond, or whoever it is.
Right.
And then what response is expected? It's related to the success of project. It's related to success of that particular sprint. It's related to a conflict, or whatever it is, or it's related to a CPI, it's related to SPI, or whatever it is. What response is expected? And after understanding these parts, we have to see which methodology this question is from. Like it's from from Agile, from Predictive, or from Hybrid. Based on that, for sure, the answer will change.
Right.
And then which process it is, which group it is, which process activity it is from, and then which tasks are already done and which are not done, so that you can you know where you are and at what point you have to answer. And coming to this is for the understanding of the question. So there is nothing new. It's all about whatever we used to discuss in our weekly analysis. Now in all these points, what I used to write as an add-on, like if I was doing any mistakes, like if the question is asking the least of the following, or I was focusing on the other side. If the question is asking which is not true, and I was focusing on what is true, or if the question was asking something other side, and so we need to identify those keywords and answer accordingly. Then coming to the option, we should not jump to any of the answer. Even if we find a keyword.
I think you have to adjust your mic. It's a little vibrating.
Okay, now?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay,
so from the options also, don't jump to any of the option. If you see any keyword in any of the option, or if you feel okay directly this option is right, there can be a other option which is more fruitful or more beneficial in that situation. So we have to read all the options, even if you know that okay, this question is very simple and this is the answer. Don't skip any of the option. And you have to do this elimination based on the methodology, based on the activity sequence, or if there is any alien option or makeup term is given in the options, those we need to eliminate. And if required, we have to go back to question again to get the more insight, and then coming back to the options. And then again, as we discussed, like who is asked to respond, based on that you have to select your option or eliminate your options.
Perfect.
And we have to analyze each option word by word, because only there can be a thing like one single odd word can take that option to the elimination.
Right.
That is more important. Sometimes the options are like of two parts: do this and do this, do this and do this. So maybe first part of that option is correct, but the second part is having that one anti-pattern or odd word which can lead to that option to a elimination. So that's why it's always important to go through all the options and analyze accordingly.
Great. That's good. Fantastic.
And that's it, I guess. And then yeah, that's it, I guess. And then all those things like from options, if you are making any mistakes, understanding the if I'm doing a question wrong, I'll give a very basic example of one of the question. It's not from the main exam, but from one of the mocks, like why we use the lesson learns. First option, just to show to sponsor that this is what we have done, or to show. Second option, to show to customer that this is what we have done. Second option, to capitalize what went wrong and what went right. The moment I reached to this option, I marked, okay, this is the correct answer. And when I analyzed the question, this was wrong, because I skipped the fourth option reading. The fourth option was saying that it's just for the future teams or team working on future projects or future sprints to avoid the same mistakes happening. That was the fourth option, which was more you can say correct for that particular why we use lesson notes. So these kind of things are there where two options will be very close, or maybe both are correct, but we have to opt for the best option. So never skip any option, go through all, eliminate with a valid reason, and then move to the next option.
Okay,
that is more important. Yeah.
Okay, good man, you made a perfect flow chart. So this all should happen in 1 minute 27 seconds. So by practice you keep going through that again and again and again. At one time you'll get a flow automatically.
Yeah, exactly. Initially I was struggling with the time management if I was going with all these steps, but later it was like by default that cycle was running.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks for sharing. I think you have to copyright it. Maybe people will I'm sure people are going to ask you this. Hey, Ankush, can you give this screenshot? It will start working. Okay, but
better, this is the second point I would say, that do not copy anyone. This is very important. No, seriously, this is very important. Not in terms of this flow, even in terms of timing. People are following like how much time you study. They're asking other people how much time you study. Okay, if I follow this, I can clear PMP. There may be a difference that other people or other person is from, you don't know what his current level of knowledge is, or which position he is working, or how his preparations are, or how his concentration level is. So in terms of books, in terms of timing, in terms of all these things, we should prepare our own things based on our strengths. So plan as per your strengths, then it will be easy rather than copying someone else.
Perfect. Rightly said. See, in school days, it happens like this. When first time you start writing in a pen, blue pen or some ink pen, those days, handwriting will not come well. There is the next guy, he or she will be writing well. Okay. So what our brain will think is, you know what they'll think? Because of that pen, okay, we will ask, can you give that pen? I will write. Unfortunately, we don't know. It's not in the pen. It is here. Okay. So this people come to know only after took the exam. Oh yeah. So many of, as you said rightly, many start looking at others. Can I copy the same way? It may not work, but few tips may work. Like what you said, the flow chart. How to look at a question. You use the word stem of the question. I keep telling all the time, when 4 lines of question is there, look at the stem, main core. What is a problem statement? Many people miss the problem statement, get deviated by another extra sentence. They would have given some extra sentence. These guys will go there. Or many have the habit, they take a question and these guys itself put a comma and write one more line for themselves. What if this will happen? Is it in the question? No. I'm just thinking. Who has to think? Think what is there in the question only. Don't go out of it. So that's where the problem is. Anyway, that's good. Nice flow chart. I liked it really. People are going to feel happy for your flow chart. So Bob, anything more you want to share for the success of people?
Just 1 second, Shriram. I need to change my headphone.
Oh, what about?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay. Okay, so this was one thing, plan as per your own strengths, following all whatever you have learned. Second thing was the motivation. Like
Dopamine.
then we need that water bottle for to stay hydrated. We need something to stay motivated. During our classes, it was very easy because every week I was getting the dopamine. But during the last class, the my biggest worry was what will happen now. I do not have that source of motivation, and there it came that video of that reward of experience is the reward if you even if you fail. So
Right.
that was my biggest motivation, I would say. I downloaded that video the same day, and I watched that video around 15 times, if not less, in last two months after we finished our classes.
My God.
That is the biggest source of motivation every time. That guy running in the last few the last few meters, that gives you that energy. That okay, we have to run like that.
Energy with a slight emotion mix, and you will feel that, man, one day.
You won't believe, even at test center in parking lot, before coming out of my car, I was watching that video.
I remember one person in the class last day messaged me, Shriram, I cried, man, that last day.
That day it was like goosebumps, huh? After watching that videos. But on that exam day, before entering to exam hall or before coming out of my car in the parking lot, I watched that video, and then I went for the exam.
Cool, man. Cool, man. I know nowadays it's become like a last day of PMP class. Don't miss it. Last day is a punch day.
True that, yeah.
Okay, great. Happy to see that now you are giving dopamine to many people. So we will look at you as Usain Bolt running in the front line. Nice to know. Nice to know. Great.
One more thing I want to add, the distraction. This is the biggest parasite. If you have distraction, it's the biggest parasite to your mind. If you don't kill it, it will kill all your dreams. So you have to stay away from this. Otherwise you can't clear PMP. That's for sure.
Yeah, someone asked me in the first or second batch class, how come, Shriram, without mobile you will survive? You have to go with mobile. I said, fine. I didn't say anything. Okay, fine. It's up to you. Some people are good. Even they manage a mobile, also this. But I'm not good like that. I couldn't do. So I keep telling that stay away from 5.5, 15.
At least I used to avoid from 6 to 10 for my study hours. Accepted. I heard a story few months back. It's a 1-minute story. If I can share how even a notification from a food delivery app can distract you to a extended level. Imagine we get a notification from a food delivery app. Say I'll say example of your favorite MSD. This today is Mahendra Singh Dhoni's birthday. You will get 20% discount on cakes and pastries. So if you are a cakes and pastry lover, for sure you will click on that notification. If you are a MSD fan, for sure you will click on that notification. The moment you click on that notification, it will show a number of videos of MSD. MSD's last 5 catches, MSD last 5 days, and you will randomly click on any video. And you will be watching that video. Before that video ends, there will be 4 thumbnails on that video, again showing Mahendra Singh Dhoni's controversies with Yuvraj Singh, Mahendra Singh Dhoni's controversies with Gautam Gambhir, and again you will click on any one of them before even the last video ends. Then you will be watching one more video. Then what will happen after a few time? You will be watching like Arnab Goswami sitting on a newsroom and asking nation wants to know why this controversy happened. So it will go long. So you can't avoid. So that's why during study, at least this little thing away. And I switched off all my notifications. All app notifications were switched off for last 3 months. I didn't use this notification part because it's a biggest starting point of that distraction.
Good. I know. I know the first class on, I keep telling that keep the mobile little away. But job nature is for some of them, it's so tightly packed. At least how do you say the reading time you can stay away. So that can give you some sort of a concentration and make it happen. I keep telling that always have the consistency and discipline, which is something little needed.
That I marked in that activity precedence. If you remember, around 2nd or 3rd class, you asked us to prepare that start to start activity, start to finish, finish to start, start to start. If you recall that, I sent you one paper, and there this focus, consistency, and discipline was there.
relation to PMP certification. So
Nice,
that's
man.
important. Yeah, true. And
Nice.
you gave us that dopamine or you helped us to follow that approach. That's also I'll accept.
Nice to know. Nice to know. Because see, many are coming from a last benchers or mediocre life start. Okay, not everyone is the first benchers or a great start. So at the age of 40, 35, what happens is further the level goes down. Okay, you don't feel energetic to do something in life. You feel it's okay, yeah, 8% salary hike, I'll survive. Okay, someone has to give a push, man. 8% is not enough. You can gain 80%. Go ahead. So that is the push we are trying to do. But unfortunately, out of 100, only 10 people pick it up. Rest 90 goes back to the normal. So that's a life. Okay, great.
Apart from that percentage, as I said, the personal satisfaction is
yeah, that's true. That's true. Superb. Thank Ankush for coming up here, and really nice talking to you. Because we know that Rahul was telling that he's going to clear the exam already. So
he was chasing me from last 1.5 months. Actually, what happened? My plan was for 25th June. To give this exam. Then something happened. By 15th of June, I was engaged in some office work activities, and I was engaged fully there for 2 weeks. That was one thing. Second thing, this the center were not open. Okay. By 15th of June, I was done with all my ShriLearning mocks, all my study hall mocks, and I was fully prepared that now I can go any day and I can give the exam. But the center was not open. Prepcast I purchased on 1st July just to stay in rhythm. Otherwise, I didn't want to spend for the prepcast, and Rahul was chasing me from 25th June. Sir, send me your photo. I'll prepare the banner. I said, wait, hold on, man. I need to. So that prepcast was a real booster, and I stayed in rhythm with that prepcast for the last 10-12 days. I took off from my office for last 12 days. Right. And worked with the prepcast before exam.
See, we just just keep a list of people who are going for exam, whom I have to follow very close, who are fine. So we have that list of people. So in the list, we will see some names we have to chase, some names just be there, they will do it. So your name, first of all, Rahul, and I said, okay, sir, you will clear the exam. That's it, over. So nothing to worry.
Still, whatever I used to get as a mocks feedback from you, that was really important to give satisfaction or to avoid that exam anxiety. For sure, that helped a lot. Yeah.
True. Yeah. See, because this exam, we need someone to at least tell, are we going the right track? If not, it'll be tough for us.
Exactly.
Right. Good. Superb. Nice talking to you. Give credit to your daughter who helped you, telling that dad, you can make it out, right? So she's around there all the time. So good wishes. Keep rocking and start implementing what you learned. That's very important. And good wishes for your new move to Chennai, and do a great job there. Like you said, you got inspired by a person on his working style. Now let you inspire another 100 people. The way you communicate, honesty, discipline, consistency.
Exactly.
No cutting corners. You follow the ethics at any point. So that makes us different. People anytime they may forget your name, but there is one person I worked with, some guy, I don't know name, but kind of you have to create that vibration. If you can do that, nothing more needed in life, right? Super. Keep rocking. All the best. And viewers, thanks for watching this video. I'm sure you all enjoyed Ankush way of doing. I am sure you're going to take a screenshot of what he showed us. Flowchart. Utilize it, as Ankush rightly said. Ditto copy may not work. You can little bit alter for yourself. But I like the flowchart model. It's really good, actually. You can start using it. And again, reading pattern, you can work on yourself. PMP is not so tough. It is only the way we look at the exam. That's it. That's what I want to communicate. Super. Anything more, Ankush, from you?
Exam was easy. I told you after completing the exam, it was easy. So for everyone, I would say exam was easy.
Easy exam.
The anxiety should not be there. Exam is easy. It's very much doable. Yeah.
Fantastic. Great. With this good positive note, thanks a lot for all everyone to be here. And thanks, Ankush. Keep rocking more.
Thank you. Thanks, Shriram. Thank you.